So let's do this. Let's do this. All right, let's see what's going on with the Divine Masculine update. Hopefully people get notified of my video. Hi guys, how are you? I'm going to try to bust butt and get as much out as I can. I need to record for Patreon as well. And I need to record on my other channel. You guys join Wicked Virgo 2. Okay, join that because once I get 1,000, I'm going to start doing my lives on there instead. So hopefully people start getting notified. Lives on there instead, so hopefully people start getting notified. So I'm going to put this on Instagram. I know people do not get notified of my videos. How's it going? How's it going? I just got back from Vegas last night. So if you guys donate in Super Chat, I send you some energy to bring you some good luck, okay? And also, there has been a huge hijack of the crown chakra, you guys. There's been warfare sent out that's getting demonic entities on people right now, and I'm not saying that to scare you. I'm saying it because I see it to be true. If you feel like your crown is taken, please book a one chakra clearing with me on my website, wickedvirgo.com, and I will clear that off. I'm going to do those this weekend if you do book one, okay? It is like really horrible. It's getting people in a complete petrified fear, deliberating fear. It's taking over their psyche. It's causing them anxiety, mental breakdowns, that sort of thing. Hi, Meg. How are you? So if you're having this issue, please like book with me and I will help you get that removed ASAP, because I feel it's really urgent. I want people to move forward. This will actually take you off path. This hijack will take you off path and draw you in a really toxic direction, okay? And you don't want that. This is straight up warfare. It's demonic attacks. It's warfare, okay? So if you're having issues with that, like I said, it's not good. It's getting people in obsessions as well, but it's getting people to be very destructive is what I've noticed. People that have these entities on them. And it really went out with the 12/12 portal. How was Vegas? It was awesome, you guys, but there's a lot of spell work there that tries to get you hooked, okay? It gives you a euphoria and it puts you almost into like a love and light feeling. So I did pick that up in Vegas. It's to get you addicted to the place. You spend money. I noticed that as well. Yeah, I felt tingling as well today. I'm not sure what's all going on. Some of it might be good energy actually, but the one thing is, you guys, even with the bad, take the good out of it, okay? Because it's a mixture. There's a balancing act with it all. So even when people send you toxic energy, you'll get good out of it. But I also feel like we're upgrading on a mass scale. So that was some of the tingling being sent out today, is the upgrading. What you need to be careful is of sexual energy. Unexpected sexual energy can sometimes be for warfare. Yes, warfare has Vegas has a lot of occultists that do spell work out there. I can feel that, and it gets people hooked. Okay, it's trying to get you into a gambling addiction and shit like that. And then you win a little bit on the machines and you're like, oh, and you get in this trance. Okay, it also tries to pump out an energy of like love, like what I felt there was like an energy of like getting into a trance with like relationships and love. I felt that as well. I feel like that's why people get spontaneously married out there. It's almost like an artificial reality. Does that make sense? It feels like an arcade game. It feels like a video game. But it was cool. Yes, we all rise up after warfare. Warfare actually is to strengthen you. And then when you rise up, it won't touch you anymore. See what's going on. So what I feel like is that Vegas can be very deceptive. Yes, Jojo, yes. Otherwise, you can book a full clearing with me when I'll do all your chakras. But I'm going to really bust ass you guys and be there for you because you guys need it right now. There's so much warfare and like attacks. And I feel like people are really taken psychologically right now by the warfare that went on. Like I'm literally seeing entities on people. And when I'm around, the light that I embody like makes these entities start showing and they show it on the outside and they start acting really bizarre. So I'm seeing it and it's getting people really toxic, angry. It's causing angry and bitterness. Depression and anxiety. It's getting people lashing out. It's just like it's showing true colors. Does that make sense? Or not necessarily like true colors all the time because we don't always want these on us, but it's just making us into somebody we're not. Angry, bitter, toxic. But for some people it is exposing their hidden agendas as well. Some of this warfare is exposing people's hidden agendas. But if you got taken, because it is taking people, and you are actually trying and you want this off so you don't get removed off path, please book with me. I will remove it for you. It's covering the whole crown. But some people are so taken right now, you guys. I can't even explain. Like, I can't even begin to explain. And I feel like this is years of embodying darkness, years of infection. Also on top of it. But if some of you are like, I was doing really good and all of a sudden, boom, I felt like shit and I got into obsessions and I got into depression and anxiety. I need some help. Like, book with me. But some of these people that are taken and that are showing that they're taken, like this is years of being taken. And I feel like it's just showing to the outside world right now. So there's some really bizarre behavioral patterns out there. Okay, so if you're noticing, oh, my best friend turned on me, or all of a sudden a family member exposed their true colors, yes, this is years of them embodying the dark side, and this is showing to you on the outside so that you can finally walk away from it and disengage. Yes, the attacks are really intense, and what you need is a good protection around you. It takes a long time to build that good protection around you, and we need men to help us with that protection as well, ladies. We need the men to do this for us. So that's, men help protect. So we need men, and men are rising, so I'm going to do this. And when you do it, one chakra clear, you guys email me a picture of yourself so people forget to do that. I probably don't have that on there that you need to do that, so please just do that. The true colors are showing. The true agendas are showing. When it happens, you guys just say, hey, like that's enough. Put up a boundary is what I recommend. Okay, say no, that sort of thing. And I also feel like people that got taken are trying to manipulate scenarios to make themselves into a victim against you. Does that make sense? So they can not reflect. Because these energies are blinding them and they don't have the capacity to reflect. What's going on with the divine masculines right now? I do feel like they are ready to take a risk with the Fool card is what I'm seeing. I'm ready for risk. I'm hearing this. I'm ready to take risk in my life. Okay, I want more love in my life. They're realizing that they want more. They want more. They're desiring more is what I'm seeing. It's like I want more, but I know I have to take risk, and I know I have to walk away from a lot of things I'm serving is what I'm getting as well. Winter solstice, which I'm going to do a ritual, by the way. It's going to be $15 per person ritual because I'm going to do a really huge one. I actually do really huge rituals for winter solstice. But winter solstice is going to be a really huge death and rebirth start for the masculine. So right now they're like preparing for this death and rebirth that's coming upon them. Okay. But they're realizing like, I want more love in my life. I want more understanding in my life. I want these things in my life. But in order to have that, I have to eliminate the darkness and I have to take more risk. Yeah. That's what I'm seeing. Okay. And they know that they have to walk away from everything I'm serving. So some of you, you may not even have contact with this masculine right now. They may have just walked away from you for a little bit. And this might be because there was a toxic cycle between the two of you. They felt they were toxic for you. They need to reflect. They need to go into hermit mode and withdraw and work on themselves. I feel like a lot of masculines are going to withdraw at this current moment to go through their awakening process and ego death. And sometimes the feminine can disrupt that a little bit. Okay. So they may have withdrawn right now. And this is because they're kind of contemplating in their head what they want next. They're realizing that they've been holding on to things on serving. They've been holding on to a lot of things on serving. Hi there, Ryan. How are you? Also, you guys, I feel like there was spell work sent out today, and be very careful what you're trusting, because the energy is trying to give a euphoria to get you to accept a spell work. I want to just say it out there, and I don't consent to it, and should you, so just be careful out there, okay? There's a lot of tricks to try to get you to accept spell work. This masculine knows, what I'm picking up on is the divine masculines know that they're holding on to something that is not serving. I probably said unserving, Brian, unserving. Yes, demonic attachments have been attacking people. I've had it happen to me several times, so be careful who you let your boundaries down to. They will suck you dry. So the masculines know they're holding on to something, and it's keeping them from the seeds planted for their new life, is what I'm hearing. Okay, they know that they have to let go, though, in order to go towards that. They know they need to just turn around and see it. They know it's there. They feel it's there, is what I'm receiving. I'm feeling like they feel it behind them. They know it's there. The seeds are planted for their new life. Their ancestors are doing this, yeah, that's what I'm seeing. But it's like, oh, but I have to let go of everything. You know, we've talked about this in other videos or previous videos. I have to let go of everything not serving to me. But as soon as they do, the minute they do, they're going to skyrocket off with the eight of wands. They're going to skyrocket off into a new direction. They have the tools, is what I'm hearing. They have the seeds planted. They have everything there. At this point, they're holding on to something that is no longer serving by choice. It's time for passion and desires. It's time for passion and desires. But be cautious, you guys, because some of these masculines are getting in a toxic place and they're trying to sexually manifest you. If some of you feel sexual energy randomly, say I do not consent to it, because it's actually, it might be just kind of setting you up, okay? So just be cautious of that, because I picked it up on a pick a card. If you want to get on my Instagram and watch the pick a card I just did. Okay? But these masculines also know that in order to, you know, this is the dick stick card, obviously, but it's also new beginnings and your passions and desires and your manifestations with the magician, that in order to actually manifest and bring into reality your passions and desires, that they have to detach from everything. So they may be detached from you, viewer. They may be detaching from their karmic situations. They may be withdrawn and reflecting right now, okay? But like I said, there's a little bit of fear energy I feel around this, because they know there's a shift coming, and they know they may not have control over this shift, and they just feel it, okay? They know there's risk coming. They know they're going to be forced to make a change, that winter is going to be very hard, and then the death and rebirth of winter is going to be very tough on them, okay? But it's going to bring their manifestations to reality as well, okay? A lot of them want a new life, is what I'm hearing. I want a new life. I want more. I want advancement. And their ancestors are trying to work on this with them. So they're learning how to take their power back. And they're understanding that once they take their power back, that they have control of their reality, is what I'm seeing. That their manifestations become reality once they take the power back. But they've been blindfolded from having their power back. Okay, so they've been in the King of Wands reverse, which is kind of energy vampire, giving their power away to unserving situations, giving everything away to situations that are not serving, allowing people to control their life, yada, yada, yada. Okay, when in actuality, they need to call their power back and heal themselves and take full control of themselves. Okay, there's a lot of like toxicity in their environments right now, is what I'm seeing. And this is truth exposure. I feel like a lot of people are having toxicity. Are you guys having toxicity in your environments? Okay, this is the truth exposure coming forward. Some of them have a wound with the mother, with the Empress and the Devil card, okay? Some of them may be tied down with a baby mama as well that they don't want to be with. I'm hearing I don't want to be with this person. It may have been an accidental pregnancy, that sort of thing. But what I'm hearing is they have to heal the karma. There's codependency with women coming in with this masculine, whether it's a mother, female partners, that sort of thing. There's codependency around women that they have to break, okay, because they've been allowing women to protect them, but this has ran their life. They need to take control of their life and be a man and protect themselves and be able to protect the woman they're with. Does that make sense? So they've been emasculated by women and allowed women to control them and that sort of thing. Hi, Rebecca, how are you? And this is catching up, and it's leaving the King of Wands in reverse. It's leaving them like, oh, I don't have any energy. Oh, I'm depleted. I'm not able to control myself. I'm not able to protect. I'm not able to do all these things. Okay, excuse me, you guys. I got the hiccups. I apologize. Somebody in here has a solar plexus blockage, and I could feel it. So taking their power back and calling their power back is harder than they ever thought, because they thought they had control of their life, but they've been obeying females. I get a sense of obeying females. Okay, and yeah, sometimes men do things for women, and they do, and that sort of thing, or, women guide them a little bit and that sort of thing. But this is like a woman telling them what to be and how to be and that sort of thing, and what their path should be, and controlling them and trying to be the man, and completely emasculating them. So there's some sort of pattern there that's coming up. And this is what's ending. This is coming to a forced completion where they got to take control of their life. Okay, and bring that alignment, because this has been blinding them. And masculines also have been blind by sex, is what I'm hearing. Then they've been blind by sex and addictions. Okay, all these blindings, like they've been blind to reality field, is what I'm getting. So all their weak points are being preyed upon right now by people around them. Okay, and they're starting to feel this or see it. They're starting to understand it. Okay, yes, there's some really heavy solar plexus. Somebody in here has spell work around them, is what I'm hearing. Okay, and I just want to say, there has been a lot of demonic and entity attacks with the 1212 portal. So make sure you keep yourself clear, you guys, because these attacks are very, very toxic. Okay. So with the High Priestess card here, I feel like they need to take back control of their life, tap into their inner wisdom. Okay. They kind of wait for people to, this mask I'm picking up on, they always wait for people to do things for them. Does that make sense? Like the women in their life, whether there's their mommy or another female, always does everything for them. So they have to learn to take this energy back and do things themselves, is what I'm hearing. Very codependent, strong codependency on women coming in here, okay? And that's not good. This will put a woman in a masculine state, and that's not a healthy union whatsoever. So they got to learn to take control of it. Don't baby this one. You guys don't baby this one or feel sorry for him, because he's got to learn to take control of his life. So with the Justice card here, there's karma balancing when it comes to relationships. Okay, a lot of karma balancing when it comes to relationships. The masculines are in their head. Okay, they have plans, they have ideas, they want more, they want to grow, they want all these things, but they're not acting on it. They have fear of what other people will think of them. They have fear of these women like basically accepting it or being okay with it. They have all these fears coming forward. It's driving them crazy. They're really in their head about it. Okay, and they're used to people doing things for them. I don't know why I'm hearing that, but this masculine is used to people doing things for them, like doing everything for them and bringing everything on a platter, going, here you go, like their path opening up for them. And now they have to find their paths themselves and learn to take the lead, which is why winter solstice is going to bring this death and rebirth, is what I'm hearing, so they can have the full rebirth by Aries season. Okay, so I'm going to draw some cards for you guys. I'm severing ties with a karmic partner. I've been hurt by love before. And if you guys want to book a weekend reading with me, you guys, head on my website. I have weekend readings available. I'm going to do those tonight and tomorrow if you want to book a one chakra clearing because your crown got taken, or you have a lot of depression, anxiety, paranoia, that sort of thing. You may have a blockage in your crown. Book with me, you guys, and I will clear that for you. It's also causing people to feel heaviness and unable to fend for themselves and move forward, is what I'm getting. I'm protecting this connection. I really miss you a lot. Truth is in front of you. What is in your current moment, in your reality field? Look in front of you. What is in front of you? That's truth. If he's not in your life in this current moment, giving to you in this current moment, then he's not adding value to your life. And that's the truth. That's the truth that you need. You don't need to look for it, search for it, dig for it. Okay? Because Truth is in the more, I don't know why people got to research all the time, dig for truth, go down these rabbit holes and shit, try to fight for truth. We don't need to, because it's right here, right now, in your current moment. You create your reality, and you can't control the masculine and what they're doing. What did he tell you? Because what did he tell you last when you talked to him? What did the masculine tell you last when they talked to him? That's truth in the current moment. Maybe he's thinking something else and he's scared, but he's not bringing that forward. Okay? So truth in the current moment is what you have in this current moment today. That's your reality fields. I know a lot of people want to dig for truth. They want to find truth. They want to like search for it. Okay? But you don't have to, because it's in front of you. It's always been in front of you. It's in plain sight. There's only one truth in this entire world, and it's right in front of your face. Truth hides in the open. And if these masculines are sitting there and they're not giving to you, and you're waiting for him, and he's sitting home playing video games, drinking beer, and talking to women on the internet and shit, I mean, I think that should answer the question for you of what in the current moment he's offering you. You know? Is he going to come in and be with you? You got to let go to find out. You got to let go to find out, and you have to go heal, clear your energy, get a clearing with me. I'll help you let go of everything that's keeping you in obsessions. That's what my clearings do. They clear everything and get you into the timeline of God and clear your obsessions, your anxieties, you know, your pain, your wounds, and help you heal them. Then truth will come to you after my clearings. People figure truth out. You know what happens when people get clearings from me sometimes? They find out the truth about that masculine, and sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. Sometimes they find out that masculine's going around and screwing a bunch of other women and not bringing anything to them. Okay? Yeah, I wrote a post about that on Facebook today. Okay, about that. Okay, ladies, I'm going to say it in honesty, okay? We have been brainwashed to think that men have to be good, compliant boys, okay? And that they need to never have a temper, never raise their voice, and they need to be those good, compliant boys. That is toxic as fuck, okay? Because a man with testosterone running through his veins, he's going to be somewhat toxic. He's going to have a temper, okay? And he's going to show some aggression here and there. It's just a matter of him learning how to deal with the aggressive side, because that is normal. Okay, now we got this world full of beta boys with low T that can't get boners. Okay, you know how many times I hear people tell me that all of these men have ED at a very young age and on? That shit is not normal. This is society emasculating men. So as women, we need to stop fearing men. Stop fearing men that have a little bit of aggression. Okay, or that stand up for themselves or get defensive. Okay, from my perspective, I get angry when people are trying to send spell work on me or trying to control me. I freaking freak out. Okay, so why wouldn't a man freak out when they're being pushed and poked and provoked to being compliant and be a good boy that sits there with low T and high estrogen levels that can't get a damn boner anymore? Okay, so don't women want men with muscles and a boner that can be a handyman and like do things and like go hunt and gather and that sort of shit? Don't we want that anymore? Like, we need to think about this, because if everything falls apart in this world, let's say it does, we need real men, okay? Not men that have ED at age 25. Okay, that shit's not normal. There's something wrong. Okay. That's why women all of a sudden attracted the soft men, you know, the baby face, all that. Which, yeah, some of them have baby faces just naturally, but I'm saying, like, you know, men with low T and high estrogen, because they don't feel threatened, because we're taught that a man that has higher T, that is manly and masculine, that's toxic masculine. Okay, well, you know what, I like men a little bit toxic, all right, because they can protect me. Okay, they have aggression in them, so they can fight and protect me when it's needed. When there's an intruder threatening the home, that man can protect you. Okay, and they don't have ED. Don't you ladies want to get laid? Okay, you don't need a man with low T and fucking ED. Okay, there's all these things on the radio. Oh, do you have low T issues? Do you have ED? Come get a free test. Like, all of a sudden, this is propaganda now that all these men are needing injections for testosterone. That shit isn't right. It's because they've been programmed, manipulated to be compliant, and they have low T from it. plus the food and the water and all the chemicals putting in and everything else. It's a mix of things, but a lot of it is the manipulation of program to put men into compliant, to beat them down and compliant. And then women are like, oh, he's so toxic, I'm scared, he's an asshole. Okay, well, a man being beat into compliance is going to turn toxic. Okay, a man being guilt tripped and told he has to be, yeah, the pills for that do cause heart problems, that's correct. But when a man feels like they have to be compliant, be this soft, good boy, and that sort of shit, that is going to bring aggression out in men. And just wait till this repressed aggression starts coming out in men, because it will eventually when shit starts hitting the fan, okay, and the repressed man starts coming out on this planet. What's going to happen? There's going to be a lot more people playing victim than they are right now about every man that's raised their voice being an asshole. I'm just saying. But men become toxic when they have repressed masculinity. That's when they become toxic, and it's not entirely only their fault. They've been pushed and piss-pounded and shoved into conformity. They've been abused. They've been forced to have procedures done to them they did not consent to as a child, as a baby. Okay? They've been manipulated by people, by women. They've been told that they're nothing in life, that they're an asshole. The alpha male, the ultimate person targeted is the alpha male that can fend for himself. That is the ultimate person on this planet that's targeted. But it's the person that all the women are manipulated in the Western countries and culture to call an asshole, a toxic piece of shit, and call the popos every time they raise their voice or get all pissy. And I know I'm ranting, but I know this is true. Okay, I see it to be true. And then that just provokes them. And then all of a sudden you got cops knocking on their door and going, you need to listen, sir. You need to do this, sir. Don't raise your voice. Don't raise your fist. That's fine. Because we don't I'm not condoning to domestic abuse, don't get me wrong, but wouldn't it piss a man off, a man that wants to protect his home off, if he had the cops at his door every other day trying to force him into compliance? I'm just asking. I really want to know. I mean, I think that would provoke a man to start freaking out. And understand, I'm not condoning domestic abuse, because men do need to heal that shit. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying, in generally speaking, the system is designed to provoke men, to get them to react, to do this. And as women, we need to see this and understand this side of the system and the targeting that they receive. Because once we understand it, then it starts repelling it off instead of us fearing it and putting off a hormone. Okay, we put off a hormone when we're in fear that actually draws in predators. Do I make sense with everything I just said? But what's it going to do to a boy when they're told you got to follow this, you got to follow that, you have to listen, you have to obey, you have to comply? What's that going to do to a boy? They're going to lose their masculinity. Okay? And if you want a man like that, that's fine. If you want a soft man, that's fine. I mean, I feel like that tough man can have a soft side. That's perfectly normal. But what's that going to do to a man when from birth and on they're forced to comply? Of course we're going to have ED problems. Of course they're going to not get boners anymore. Of course they're going to have all these issues. I mean, it's not normal to have ED. When we release cortisol, yes, or the fight or flight hormones, when we are in fear, we draw in predators. You notice when you have anxiety that shit starts falling apart in your life? The cortisol damages the body, but there's a pheromone. Cortisol, there's a few different things there. I have to look it up, but there is something else too. Anyway, but women are taught to go after emasculated men in Western cultures. Because then they're soft and they're gentle and, they won't hurt them, but these men are actually repressed. They're repressed. Yeah, men are going to realize that there's going to be one of my predictions is actually that men are going to start realizing they're repressed and freak the hell out. Okay? And I feel like it's already happening to some of them, and some of them either give up or they're going to freak. And a lot of women are like, that's mean, I went through abuse. I'm not condoning abuse, like I said 150 million times. However, even when you have been gone through abuse, it's going to help you heal to understand the opposing side of why men get that way, understanding their trauma, understanding their repression, understanding that they're very defensive and they are not opening up or letting their guard down and being vulnerable with people because people are using their vulnerability to target them. And it happens to sovereign females as well. People that try to be free and try to be their own are very heavily targeted. Ryan, yes, men are fighting back. Okay. And I feel like a lot of women just want men to like bow to them, and that's not reality, okay? Yes, they treat us like queens, they should, but we also need to treat them like the king that they're supposed to be and the protector that they're supposed to be, and we also need to not expect that out of them because they need to naturally go into that place on their own. But as women, we need to stop trying to control them, tell them what to do, shove them into compliance and that sort of thing. Like, we need to be understanding and step back and allow them to heal and step up into that role. We can't force them to step into that role. Okay, bye-bye, Kristen. Well, then men are trained that if they have any forms of aggression or anger, that there's something wrong with them and they need to go get on pills. Okay? You need to go to counseling. You need to get on pills. Instead of understanding that is kind of natural in a sense. I mean, we're supposed to have some of that in us. It's just that when there's a constant fear of men with that around them, it's going to trigger anger and rage. So when the hormone of fear, like fear is actually an illness, okay? Sitting in fear is an illness. But when you sit in fear, you pump out that hormone. And when men in a more primal state sense that hormone, they're going to be triggered into reaction. Okay, so then they're going to be in constant aggression. Then they're going to be in constant aggression when people around them fear them. That's going to just provoke constant aggression. I mean, I'm just saying. And then people give their power away to them. Then we develop a really toxic individual here. It's a complex situation, but it goes deeper than what is seen on the outside. I understand men more. This is why men are very open with me for the most part, because I understand them. I understand the divine masculine. I understand, and I could read them very well, and I understand the other side of the coin with that. Because I'm a female, I have to learn the other side of the coin. Oh yeah, you have a little bit of anger, go get on fucking pills. Okay? Why the hell do people need to be on pills when they have a little bit of aggression? Or when they're defiant on being conformed into an identity, okay? Oh, you need to go on pills. Or when you see truth, you gotta go on pills. And I'm like, go get on pills. Go get on pills. It's like, what the hell ever. Now you're toxic, you're psycho, you're a sociopath, you're all these different things. If there is no divine masculine that's a female, that just means you're more in a feminine state and you need to balance it out. You need to get more in your masculine state. That's all it is. Okay? I don't really go for the divine masculine being females, the divine feminine being males and things like that. It just means you're in a more feminine state, so you need to work on your masculine side to get more into that, and that will help the other person feel the energy shift, and they'll reflect and get more into a submissive feminine energy. Get women on pills. They get women trying to be men now is actually really dangerous. That's why women aren't having proper protection, because they're taught to be men and kind of target men in a sense, and be this free, liberating female, and it's causing stress on women because we need protection. And it's causing hormonal imbalances and women to be under cortisol release on constant basis. And then they just sit and play victim to the man instead of understanding what's really going on a higher level. from a larger perspective. They got women in hysteria. There's actually women get manipulated the easiest. That's why hijack the woman of the home is the best way to destruct the family unit. That's why women need strong protection. Okay? Women are most susceptible into accepting spell work and control than men are. But if you emasculate a man, then he'll accept it too, yeah? But getting a woman to destruct the family unit is how they actually started destructing the nuclear family. I'm just being honest. Well, I talk about these things, it pisses people off, but you know what? I know there's somebody out there that will take the seed and have understanding of it, and it will forever change their life. And I know that once triggered, will think on it a little bit, and it will change your life. And if you disagree with me, that's totally cool. I respect your beliefs. I'm not here to tell you what to do. But if somebody's triggered and mad at me for this information, my question is, why are you angry? Because that response, oh, you're welcome, Freya. Did it help you? Because that response, when you're triggered or mad, that response means you know there's something that's true about that. They also put repressed memories into women. Like, they convinced women they had repressed memories of abuse that never happened as well. Did you know that? Did you ever read those studies? So women actually remembered things that never happened in their life. All right, so if there's no questions, you guys, like I said, if you want to book a mini reading with me, hop on my website. My blood sugar's dropping right now because somebody in here has a really, really heavy entity on them, and I just want to put that out there. That causes my blood sugar to drop, and I can feel it attacking my crown and my solar plexus. So go outside and ground your energy, you guys, and I feel it coming up trying to grab my neck. Okay, so just be aware of that. Somebody's really triggered in here is what's going on. Okay, but it's causing me a blood sugar reaction. All right, you guys, you have a beautiful evening. Bye-bye.